You know, we mentioned at the Super Bowl party last night, Shea was there. He won $250 in that grid game at halftime.
That's the biggest payout of the night?
Yeah, $250 for each half. So you get, we have 3 games working. The grid, which we pay out at halftime and the end of the game. So one year somebody won $500. They won both because the score didn't change. You know, it stayed the entire half. And so whoever that was won $500.
And the bingo game payout?
That was about $125. Sold 25 cards, 25 bingo cards at $5 apiece, and so it paid out $125.
Did you, per Vegas rules, take a piece of the winnings?
Yeah, that's house.
No, I did not. No,
you should have. Since it was in Vegas, you should have played that.
You're right. Yes, I should have. But Biggie says that Shea, he predicted a win for him on that grid game because Shea had a bird crap on him on Saturday, and Biggie says that's good luck.
It is. That's what I was always told.
That if a bird
poops on you, that's actually good luck.
And you told him you're going to win something.
He came in. It was Friday. He came in here Friday. He said, a bird just pooped on me.
Yeah.
I said, oh, man. I said, that's good luck. You're going to win some money this weekend.
Getting ready to. And he did.
And I actually said, I bet you win that Super Bowl Squares game.
And he did.
What? Yeah. And he texted me. He said, remember that bird that pooped on me? I said, yeah. He goes, I just won a solid $250. I said, I told you.
How about that?
I don't know, man. I got pooped on by a couple of birds. We had a boss, previous administration, who liked to hold meetings outdoors when the weather was nice.
He did.
And the very first one, a bird pooped on me.
I remember it.
Outside.
He did. He shoulder or head. I mean, right there. He just got him.
Well, maybe birds just know.
A sixth sense.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I certainly didn't win anything.
No, he didn't win anything. Boy, you should have seen Shea dogging that pizza dip too. He was all over that. Yeah.
That was what he also texted me.
Oh, really? He texted about that.
I said, how about that food?
Yeah.
And he goes, man, because I talked to him. I had talked to him for a while Friday.
Prep him.
I said, look, be ready.
Mm-hmm.
I said, it's a lot of food.
Mm-hmm.
I said, it's a lot of food. And it's an open bar.
Yeah.
I said, so be careful, driving.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to have one beer. I said, everybody says that.
Right.
Everybody says that.
And I told him, I said, you need to be ready for the food. And he sent back, he said, man, that pizza dip. He said, I've had 3 servings of that. I said, oh, that's a classic.
My specialty. That is from scratch. I made that from scratch.
Scratch.
You were talking about a lot too. A friend of mine, I was out next to the solo stoves with a couple of smokers last night.
Oh, we're missing his Biggie.
Yeah, well, one of them said, he goes, you know what? I'm following Biggie's advice on this entirely. I said, what do you mean? He goes, you know how Biggie always says, don't quit smoking, because the moment you quit, that's when
your lungs fight back.
Your lungs fight back. That's when you get
how you get the lung cancer.
Right. That's right. But
defying all medical logic and
all
reason.
medical logic.
Keep your coating in there, and then there's like 5 or 6 guys standing around the solo stove, and one of them said what Chris Demm usually would say, do you want to get your health advice from Biggie? He's like, hey, man, it's worked for him. And he just kept on smoking. I said,
he should have been dead long ago.
Yeah, he's like,
He's cancer-free, stub.
I get it.
Were the people good with their butts? They didn't flick them?
No, they didn't flick them. We had
receptacles?
We had, the ashtrays.
Ashtray,
were out. Yeah, had to. We have Nana's ashtray. That's my wife's grandmother who passed away many years ago. It's just a classic old brown ashtray, and she put it out there. And
those heavy glass ones?
Yes, that's what we have.
Nice.
So that's for the smokers. We call it Nana's ashtray, and it's right out there for
Now, of course, we'll probably have to wait for Dave, but how was the interminglings of the group? Because this was new people,
Best I've ever seen. People were really ready for it after 4 years.
Yeah.
We made the name tags again, and I labeled everyone.
Labeled?
Yes.
Who used to label people?
Oh, my God. Is it the Nazis? The Nazis always do that.
It's Nazis.
The Nazis always. If he ever asks me the question, who did that? The answer is always Nazis.
Yeah, they really.
We hung the labels up, the name tags up on the wall. So you just came in and peeled yours off and put it right on your chest. Mm-hmm. And a few people, didn't show up, like Chris Demm, who wasn't feeling well. So there were like 3 name tags left, and it was called the Wall of Shame. There were 3 of them. Just 3 names up there. Left in spirit, we left your names up there.
Yeah, your wife sent me a picture of me, and apparently someone named Michelle didn't make it.
Yeah, Michelle didn't make it. Michelle did not make it.
Was Michelle, swept with somebody else? Like, that's my old girlfriend. This is my new girlfriend. I thought I told you.
I couldn't help but notice that, and Biggie, you'll appreciate this, in the photograph of the wall of shame that your wife sent shortly before halftime, my name was there, as was Michelle's, and hers read, new friend.
Exactly. That's my labeling. That's my labeling.
Now, how does that help somebody?
It's how you know the host. It's how like, who are you to the host?
Old friend.
New friend.
I was going to say, what did you put for Chris Demm? Old friend?
Radio friend.
Radio friend.
Radio friend. Because I have tennis friends and radio friends and old friends and new friends. One guy, now, I met him 18 years ago, but he's new friend. And he's like,
Still new.
He's just, when do I get to become an old friend? I said, I don't think you ever can.
You're always new now.
Newer, yeah. So radio friend. TV icon was put on a few, Dave Aikens, radio friend. That's what we do.
+1, can't remember her name.
Yep.
Unaware of name.
Unaware.
Question mark. Lady friend of
Companion
the moment.
of?
Companion. Exactly. I label. That's what I do. And I think people really like that because they can go up and, Jim friend from Jim, Jean. She was there new this year and had a nice time. So here's the entertainment news, and this is about health as well. Valerie Bertinelli has bravely stepped forward again and said,
What did she stop reading her podcast comments?
She stopped doing that because they referenced her gray hair.
That's right. She stopped dyeing her hair.
Yeah, people said, you're not dying. You got, honey,
see your roots.
Got gray roots. And she said, I'm sick of these comments. I'm not even going to read these comments anymore. And now she says, well, I'm not going to weigh myself ever again because she had posted a photo of herself at 150 pounds 10 years ago. And people immediately comment, fat. You look fat. She was in a pool.
Jesus.
And everybody was like, oh, you fatty. And so she goes, well, I'm heavier than that now. And they're like, oh, you're a whale now. So she said, I'm just not going to post anymore or read these comments. I'm not going to weigh myself ever again.
So the scale's in the trash?
Yes. She says, I feel great in my body. At that time, she was 5'4", 150. Now she says she's probably 10 pounds over that or more. And she says, you know what? I am what I am, and this is what I'm going to be. Brave Valerie Bertinelli says, I'm off the scale. I'm not doing this again. And I'm weighing in today at my weight loss clinic. And
you'll never know happiness like Valerie Bertinelli.
Yeah. I'm weighing in because, and I have to go ahead and I had a little bit last night. I mean, it's calling your name.
I wondered if
it's sitting right there. So.
Sampled anything. Well, we know you had a veggie tray.
I did have that.
I had the most useless thing at a party.
I ate it. I ate the veggie tray. I ate some fruit.
Yep.
But then I also had some a little of that pulled pork. Some salt. There were some salty items there like that. Makes you retain that water weight. The best I can hope for now is to purge for the next 10 hours.
That's very unhealthy. That's even worse than Biggie's. Worse advice than Biggie's.
Correct. Yeah. And then
you'll end up like a cheerleader in one of those Lifetime movies.
I'll put on a hefty bag and run 6 miles and go with that. Yeah. See what I can do.
Perfectly normal.
I'm okay with that. There also is a new health breakthrough we've talked about for a while, and Courtney Cox is the latest to say she's doing it. Those ice baths, those where you take cold plunge. And she said, I've just gotten into this. I'd heard a lot of people talking about it, but now I can't go a day without taking a cold plunge where you get into water that's barely above freezing. I mean, it's as cold as you can stand it. And she stays in for 15 to 20 minutes at a time. And she says, I feel great for hours afterwards. In this article, they had some experts speaking, saying that what it does for you is, A, gets rid of your joint pain over time, but B, instantly you get a dopamine hit from that cold water. So for the next 12 hours, you have a great sensation. You have this great feeling of euphoria almost. And she says, I swear by it. And now, this happened. Jennifer Aniston told her about this. She also has, let me get the title of it right. She has some sort of sauna. She has a laser infrared sauna. And so she'll do heat, then cold. And she says, that's even better. Wow. And that's, I guess if you have a laser infrared sauna, you just use that when you want.
Yeah.
That's what Aniston and Courtney Cox, that's what they do. And a lot of people apparently are doing.
I have read, I saw some article, I think it was just last week, that there's no... The science is still out on the ice bath.
Yes.
People who believe in them 100%
love them. Yeah.
But I don't know that any doctors have said, because maybe it's too new, but doctors have said that, if you like it, do it, but
The woman saying how great it is with dopamine and everything, not a doctor. Her name is Lindsay Aubrey. She is a cold water instructor and breathwork analyst.
Yeah.
She's a breathwork analyst. So she's not really, that's made up.
I think you have to live in Beverly Hills
Big
to be
time
a
to be
breath
that.
analyst.
She's a cold water instructor.
That's a job.
Because only rich people would believe that.
That's on her. It may be in the Hamptons, but that's
Yeah.
on her business card.
Yeah, I'm a cold water instructor
Yeah.
and body
When you're
breath analyst.
I couldn't help but notice you jumping in the ocean in February.
Yeah.
I can help you with that year
You
round.
need this. There was a guy. Now this is a male model, and he says that you have to ice your face every day, and that will take care of wrinkles. You heard
That
that?
I think I've seen people do that.
Leo DiCaprio does it in
Yes, he
Once
does.
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's because he's hungover.
That's right. That's right. But this is a male model. He says if you're not icing your face every day, you're doing yourself a disservice.
If you're still not icing your face, I genuinely feel sorry for you. Like, aside from paying for your water bill, it's literally free. And aside from that, your skin will literally thank you after doing it. It's nothing crazy either. You only need to do this for like a minute to 2 minutes.
He overuses the word literally.
Spoken like a model. Aside from your water, it's free. It's like literally free, except, you got to pay for it.
Your face will literally thank you. That is not true. Your face will not literally.
Look,
Thank you.
I didn't get this way just because of great genes. Wait, actually, I did.
Got a little bit of acne? Not anymore. Ice your face. Got some dark eye circles? Not anymore. Ice your face. You've got depression? Not anymore. Ice your face. You got some fine lines and wrinkles? Not anymore. Ice your face. Speeds up the skin's natural healing process, decreases inflammation, and increases blood flow to the face. Why aren't you icing your face? If you want natural anti-aging effects, ice your face.
You heard it.
Sweetheart, this is why we don't hear models talk. I used to say this to all the girls in the 80s. The supermodels, but shut your mouth. Just go look pretty.
You got acne? Not anymore. Ice your face. He
Ice your face.
He said ice your face 5 times. He swears by it. So does
Yeah.
Courtney Cox. She ices her whole body. A lot of people do, apparently. Elle McPherson says, I can't go a day without it. I'm constantly doing a cold
Another
plunge.
zillionaire.
She has the infrared sauna as well, and she is saying you must do an infrared sauna
Yeah.
and then an ice
What's the
cold
order?
plunge.
Hot, then cold?
Hot, then cold. Get right out of the heat and into the cold. Although,
That's a shock.
well, but they do that like in Iceland. You'd go into the hot water
Yeah.
and then get
And
out into the
Finland,
cold.
too. They go hot,
Yeah.
cold,
You
hot,
go-
cold.
which is exactly the same thing. You're going hot, cold, but right in your house. And you're right. You have to be very wealthy to have one of these saunas like that. Come on.
But there are places that have popped up around town that do it.
yeah, the cold bath.
Yeah.
Well, I read that if just take a really cold shower where you just turn the water on very, very cold.
You
Yeah.
could use your, didn't you get a barn sink or something? What do you call it in your house?
A farm sink.
Farm sink.
A farm sink.
Fill it up with ice your face.
I could ice my face.
And you
in that.
tried cold showers. Then we read another thing that was like, start your day with a cold shower or something. You tried it.
I can't do it.
He could not finish.
I have.
I don't know if you were in the hospital or not, Biggie, but
I couldn't
He could not
do
follow
it.
through.
Yeah.
My cold. I do not like cold water, but they swear by. And of course, anybody could if you've got a tub, fill it with water and put some ice cubes in it. And sit in it.
And
Anyhow,
it's free, except for water.
your face will literally thank you. Why are you not icing your face?